Here to Give is one of the few stories that talks about racism, where we can see a strong and young female character, and who decides to take position even though that means questioning herself about the balance of her two worlds where she lives. And when you decided to adapt the novel, which was the most difficult thing to do, so that Star could appear a realistic character on the big screen?
When we started to adapt the book with the writer, the biggest thing was like the book was like 460 pages or something. It was really trying to figure out what can stay and what could go, you know, in terms of it was so much good material. But once we started figuring out the story of Star's story of finding her voice after the shooting of her best friend Khalil and all her obstacles and finding that journey to become a full individual, it's almost a coming of age story that we felt that we was able to follow all the important stories around that can support that main through line. And that's one of the most important things. It was the toughest, but we got through it. But that was our guidelines for the fundamental for developing the script.
In the movie, we hear several times Tupac phrase, "Thug life means the age to give little infants, fuck everyone." And I want to ask you that music is a very important aspect in the film, strictly connected to the two worlds Star she lives. And could you tell us in which way the soundtrack contributes to describe both this reality?
Yeah, the reality of the music really was very supportive. The movie was telling us when to use music and when to utilize it or not. The key, obviously, was utilizing Tupac and Tupac music very early on. And using his philosophy in the storytelling. So we needed his music to be very present throughout the film. After that, it really was just trying to show the two different worlds. There's different kind of music when Star is in the white private school compared to where she's at the party in the Garden Heights world. And that's something we wanted to have a juxtaposition of code switching. As she's code switching, the visual style is code switching, and the music is code switching as well. And all that culminates all the way to the very end where we have the artist Arlisa singing a song, "We Won't Move," which is about standing up and finding your voice. And that's really how the music really came together for the film.
Amandla Stenberg's performance is so powerful and true. And how was to work with her on the set?
Working with Amandla Stenberg was awesome. When I first met her, I heard that, you know, she was reading a book and read the book at the same time that I was reading. It wasn't even published. She got the early manuscript of the book, and I thought it was really amazing that a young 17-year-old high school senior would be reading and looking for her own material. So when she came in, I was just blown away, just not how charming and beautiful she was, but also how dedicated she was. The most important thing was she started telling me about her world, living in Inglewood, California, and going to a white private school, and her feeling of code switching and being embarrassed about where she came from. I was just hit me. It became the character. It's like almost she was Star Carter. And from that point on, I knew that she was the person for the movie because I never looked at any other actress. She was the only one. Thank you.
Thank you very much.